1. A New Jersey notary is mentoring a trainee. Which adult learning principle is best applied when the notary asks the trainee to demonstrate acknowledgement procedures after observing them first? A. Experiential learning. B. Passive recall. C. Rote memorization. D. Inductive reasoning. 2. When evaluating a notary applicant's readiness, which strategy ensures the most reliable assessment of knowledge about New Jersey notarial law? A. Oral storytelling from experienced notaries. B. Written multiple-choice tests with situational case studies. C. Peer-to-peer informal discussions. D. Open-book self-paced modules without testing. 3. Curriculum development for a New Jersey notary training program must include which key regulatory requirement? A. Advanced contract drafting. B. The state's prescribed notarial acts and duties. C. National mortgage industry trends. D. Federal election law procedures. 4. Which communication technique is most effective for a notary instructor to clarify the difference between acknowledgments and jurats? A. Use of visual comparison charts. B. Repetition of statutory text without explanation. C. Memorization drills. D. Rapid oral questioning. 5. A notary's mentoring session emphasizes correct record keeping in the journal. This reflects which principle of adult learning? A. Learning by doing. B. Passive knowledge transfer. C. Sole reliance on lectures. D. Rote repetition of statutes. 6. During evaluation, which test format best measures a notary's ability to identify fraudulent identification documents? A. True-false exam. B. Scenario-based case study. C. Oral interview only. D. Multiple-choice exam with unrelated questions. 7. A New Jersey notary is required by law to refuse a notarization if A. The signer presents expired identification. B. The document is written in a foreign language. C. The signer insists on reading aloud. D. The notary knows the signer personally. 8. In developing a training curriculum, which component ensures alignment with regulatory compliance? A. Custom instructor anecdotes. B. Integration of state-mandated statutory requirements. C. Motivational speaking segments. D. Optional enrichment unrelated to notary law. 9. A notary mentor observes a trainee incorrectly administering an oath. Which mentoring strategy ensures effective correction? A. Allow the trainee to continue without interruption. A. Provide immediate feedback and model the correct process. C. Schedule a later review without demonstration. D. Encourage the trainee to self-correct without guidance. 10. Which of the following is a required duty of a New Jersey notary during notarization? A. Certifying copies of birth certificates. B. Confirming signer identity and willingness. C. Drafting legal contracts for clients. D. Providing legal advice on documents. 11. To evaluate communication competency in a notary applicant, an instructor should A. Test only written knowledge of statutes. B. Assess role play of administering oaths and affirmations. C. Require memorization of fee schedules. D. Ask applicants to list notarization steps without practice. 12. What is the maximum statutory fee a New Jersey notary may charge for administering an oath or affirmation? A. $1. B. $2.50. C. $5. D. $15. 13. In adult learning, self-directed learners thrive when A. Material is forced without context. They are allowed to apply knowledge to real-life tasks. C. They memorize statutes without explanation. D. They are restricted from practical exercises. 14. Which evaluation method most effectively measures critical thinking in notary education? A. Fill-in-the-blank memorization. E. Simulation of real-world notarizations. C. Reciting definitions from memory. D. Listing statutory codes verbatim. 15. If a notary knowingly notarizes a forged signature, this constitutes A. A harmless error. E. Fraud and misconduct subject to penalties. C. An acceptable practice if requested. D. A minor violation requiring no sanction. 16. When building curriculum for notary trainees, which principle ensures long-term retention? A. Use of repetitive, isolated lectures. B. Inclusion of interactive problem-solving exercises. C. Minimal engagement with state law references. D. Focus on memorization alone. 17. A New Jersey notary is mentoring a peer in handling difficult signers. Which communication strategy best reduces conflict? A. Active listening and calm clarification. B. Ignoring the signer's concerns. C. Refusing service without explanation. D. Reading statutes aloud without engagement. 18. Which of the following documents can a New Jersey notary lawfully notarize? A. A will requiring legal advice. B. A sworn affidavit with proper identification. C. A divorce decree certification. D. A blank form signed later. 19. During evaluation, asking a notary candidate to walk through a simulated notarization supports which principle? A. Practical application of knowledge. B. Sole memorization of definitions. C. Reliance on instructors' verbal explanations only. D. Passive observation without practice. 20. If a signer does not speak English, a New Jersey notary must A. Refuse the notarization unless the notary is fluent in the signer's language. B. Rely on the signer's interpreter without understanding. C. Notarize the document regardless of communication issues. D. Proceed as long as the document appears complete. 21. Which mentoring technique is most effective when guiding new notaries on ethical decision-making? A. Presenting case studies of ethical dilemmas. Avoiding discussion of misconduct examples. C. Asking trainees to memorize codes only. D. Ignoring complex scenarios. 22. An instructor's curriculum must prioritize which learning objective for compliance? A. Knowledge of state identification standards. B. Marketing strategies for notaries. C. Federal tax law unrelated to notaries. D. Local court filing procedures. 23. Which evaluation format best distinguishes between surface-level memorization and deep understanding? A. Multiple choice knowledge quiz. B. Realistic role-playing exercises with feedback. C. True-false compliance checklists. D. Fill-in-the-blank recitations. 24. New Jersey law requires a notary to maintain which record if performing electronic notarization? A. No record keeping is required. B. A secure electronic journal. C. Handwritten notes only. D. A certificate of completion only. 25. When developing a mentoring plan, which adult learning principle ensures engagement? A. Linking new knowledge to the mentee's prior experiences. E. Ignoring the mentee's background. C. Focusing exclusively on lecture-based instruction. D. Avoiding practice-based activities. 26. Which of the following is beyond the lawful authority of a New Jersey notary? A. Administering an oath. B. Taking an acknowledgement. C. Giving legal advice. D. Witnessing a signature. 27. What is the term of commission for a New Jersey Notary Public? A. 3 years. B. 5 years. C. 4 years. D. 10 years. 28. Which communication method best enhances clarity when explaining notarial misconduct? A. Providing statutory examples and plain language summaries. B. Reading statutes word for word only. C. Avoiding difficult topics. D. Using vague terminology. 29. In curriculum development, which instructional tool is most effective for teaching identification verification? A. Sample IDs for analysis. B. Reading statutes only. C. Self-study without materials. E. Memorizing lists without application. 30. During an evaluation, if a trainee incorrectly charges an unlawful fee, the mentor should A. Ignore the mistake. B. Provide corrective guidance with statutory references. C. Encourage the trainee to keep the fee. D. Remove the trainee from training immediately. 31. When training notaries on electronic notarization, which curriculum feature ensures regulatory compliance? A. Integration of cybersecurity requirements. B. Focus on paper-based methods only. C. Avoidance of technology in training. D. Reliance on outdated statutes. 32. Which principle of adult learning is reinforced when trainees are encouraged to self-assess after a simulated notarization? A. Reflective practice. B. Passive recall. C. Isolated memorization. D. Repetitive note-taking. 33. A New Jersey notary who moves to a new address must A. Do nothing. No notification required. B. Notify the state treasurer within 30 days. C. Inform only their employer. D. Reapply for a new commission immediately.